Aha, Mark. So I wonder how far did you guys hear me talk because somehow I was frozen. I had to get out of it, come back in. Did you guys hear that I said, okay, it's been 1 hour and 18 minutes or something, and then we've answered all the questions? Did you hear that part? If that means that means you guys heard me, because that was before I had to. Before I noticed that it was frozen, I had to. Uh-huh, Mark. So I wonder how far did you guys hear me talk because so I had to reboot. Let's see if we can get back all the people that were here. So how far did you hear? Did you hear when I said thank you to I love singing? Yeah, right. Oh, okay. Good. So mostly you've heard everything that I was asking you to shout out the channel. Okay, good. At least that means all the questions were heard. Okay, good. Because I don't remember what I said. I can't, for the life of me, I can't repeat what I say the minutes after. I don't know if it means I'm just off the cuff or I'm going senile. I'm getting old, too old. Don't remember what I said a minute ago. Or both. Who knows? So we have 2 people showing up, 7 people watching. Come on, you other 7. Click on like first of all of you, and then come in. The water is warm. Mark, Mark says I've now lost my voice. Well, okay, we'll see if they're truthful or not, because we'll see the number of subscribers. If there, if there's an addition of 1,000, that means you've been yelling out. Otherwise, it's just BS. Keep on walking. Shinmei says, sir, I'm writing a short novelette, borrowing elements from my experience in an attempt to express myself. Well, okay, write it for yourself, but don't make it such a big deal that this girl left me or betrayed me. What are you talking about? You're 17-year-old. What do you mean betraying? It was no relationship really. You just thought it's a girlfriend of your life because girls are so important that when you latch on to one, you think, oh, that's my life. No, just another girl, another part of your life, and then later on she'll go away, do something else. Don't count on them so much at that age. It's the age of practice and learning. That's all. Al Chinmay, you can write what you want, but the more you write about this thing, the more you're ruminating into your brain and making it like it was such an important part of your life. You're 17-year-old. There are going to be so many important things that you won't even give a shit about this. But for the past year or so, you've been thinking about it so heavily. That's why it's become part of your obsession. Stop thinking about it and enjoy life and appreciate life and its opportunity it has, and don't condense everything in some fictitious romantic relationship that it wasn't even appropriate to begin with. 17-year-old and 23-year-old, what the fuck is wrong with you? Although I know at that age we don't care, as long as she's a woman and we know you're turned on because your hormones are telling you to be turned on, and that's the end of it. You think that's the world because sex is everything in any age, let alone that age. Yeah. So, but don't be bothered. There'll be so many other. As soon as you move on from this, you will notice all the other opportunities and amazing women out there. But as long as you're focused on this, you can't see anything else. Imagine you go to Louvre, France, the museum. As long as you're looking at one picture, one painting, one art, you won't notice anything else. You think, oh, that's the only thing I came to this museum for. This is the most beautiful thing. Yeah, because you haven't even take a moment to turn your head around and see how many other amazing artwork from different calibers of artists from around the world is there in different centuries and all that. You're not noticing anything. It's like closing your eyes, say, why can't I see sunshine? Why can't I see where I'm going? Well, open your fucking eyes. Same thing. If you don't cut the rope from the dock, your boat is always there. You cannot think or imagine other islands exist. But if you want to be able to see and experience opportunities on other islands and other beauties and so on, coconut trees and girls there, or mountains and nature, whatever, you got to cut the rope from the dock so you can release the boat, so you can now paddle and go forward. But as long as you're there, you don't understand the existence of other islands, and you can only see the limitation of that dock. That's it. And that's what you've done to yourself. Keep thinking about this girl as if the world depends on it. Your life depends on it. Why? Don't expect that. It won't be. Move on. Learn, educate, experience amazing, beautiful women, and intelligent and capable, reliable, and appropriate to your age. Learn. You don't have to choose a wife at this age. Just learn about yourself. Learn about them, what woman is, how to treat them, how to be respectful to them, how to be cordial, how to be attentive, how to learn what their thinking is, and don't have to believe or comply to whatever it is that they want. They could be crazy, but just learn. Learn and find your criterias, your expectations, your standards, and then look for someone who can offer those standards and expectations that you have in your mind. And then the compatibility could be there, and then you can have a better understanding of each other, maybe a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend situation, not a wife, too early, until you're 28 years old, 27, 28 years old. Maybe, if you find the right girl then. But until then, just be friends, get to know them, appreciate women. That's all. All right, where are the other 9? There are 2 people here. What are you 9 doing here if you're not coming in? And only 5 likes. Come on, click on the likes. All right, we're almost to the end. If we don't have any other question, I can just mosey on out, and then we will simply, maybe I'll have one tonight, maybe I won't. Obviously, we don't see that many people here anymore. Charles DC says, hello, why do I had a nightmare about my ex-33 getting pregnant by someone else? Because that's your anxiety. That's you still haven't let it go, and these are your fears. And in order to protect you from those fears, the fears keep coming into your head because you want to protect yourself, because you don't want that. What you don't want, sometimes you dream about, because that's your anxiety, that's your fear. So it comes to your mind because you always have that in your mind all day long. What if she goes with somebody else? What if she gets pregnant? All these are your anxiety, instead of thinking that you are not dependent on her behavior or her life. It's your ex. Let it go. X marks the spot. X means something. X means it's over, and you should accept it over, so you can then see the beauty and opportunities are out there offered by other women. So I try to focus on myself, but my subconscious works too much. Yeah, because you still haven't gotten over her. You still haven't understood that she's not worthy. If someone is not with you, I don't care how beautiful she is, she's not worth to be with you, because she's not. She's not with you. Regardless of how beautiful a woman is, if she's not with you, then it doesn't matter how beautiful she is. It doesn't matter who she is. Remember what I always said? If this wheel doesn't turn for me, I don't care if it turns at all. So it doesn't matter how beautiful a woman is. If she's not compatible with you, she's not interested in you, she's not for you, she doesn't do things for you, she doesn't give the opportunity for you to do things for her, then who cares who she is or how she is, how beautiful or whatever talent she has? It doesn't matter to you. Move on. Life is far bigger than one woman or one relationship. Go explore, build something, make something out of yourself, build a life, construct something, accomplish things, become confident through your accomplishments, and then you will see they'll flock around you, because they're looking for someone who could be reliable, who can provide, who's got talents, who can create things, who can make things, who can accomplish things, and they find security in that kind of a person. And they will be at their best behavior, because that is what gives them the survival and opportunity to enjoy and be secure in this life. So first, go build something out of yourself, and then look for what it is that you're looking for. Mike F says, hello, Maron, have you heard about red pill? Yeah, red pill, whatever. Who gives a shit? You gotta look for some kind of a proper behavior to women, not be rude or disrespect them, appreciate them. You cannot judge every woman in the same way. There are assholes out there. There are women who don't worth a damn, but they're amazing, wonderful, wise, educated, reliable, accountable, responsible, wise women out there who are still interested and proud to be a woman. And they're not going for the bullshit that has been sold to them about everything is bad, but they gotta be a man. Feminists. You gotta find a woman who loves to be a woman, and the power that the woman has is what she's looking for, not something that is not woman, but it's just power. That's vindictive, that's anger. You gotta look for a woman who brings that center of family, who loves to be a female, loves to be a woman. Beauty, attentiveness, compassion, kindness, center of the family, wants to take care of the family. She has her career, she has her educations. She chooses if she wants to work or not, it's up to her. But she still maintains to be the center of the love of the family. Nurtures everyone, takes care of everyone. And you have your role, she has her role, and you combine your roles and bring that family to power. Rather than they look like a female, but they don't want to have those traditional values that brings family together, makes a man proud, makes a man wants to run and conquer the world for her. But instead they want to control. Oh no, I'm this and that. That's not a happy woman. That's not a real woman. So go respect women. Have value for women. Look for compatibility. Look for a woman who's powerful in her skin. She loves to be a woman. She loves to do things that represents women in a good light. Rather than wanting to be like a man. Do all the shit things that the men do. That means, oh, I'm in control. All right. That's a different value system. And obviously it doesn't work. Look at the world. Families divorcing constantly. They're not bound by anything. So there's a limit. Meaning you got to be respectful to women, love women, protect them, take care of them, attentive to them, be cordial to them, be committed to them, the one that you choose. But at the same time, that all what you're offering should be your best to a woman who actually loves to be a woman, and to create that atmosphere in the family rather than being bought and sold by the bullshit of the politics and politicians and all the nonsense they put in their heads. And obviously it hasn't worked for the world. Families are tumbling down, values are changing. So don't knock out the good old days. Good old days were actually golden days, where we all got proper behavior, proper care, mother where she was, father where he was. And then later on, mother and father both worked, but they both kept that important role of being the role model man and being the role model woman. They didn't try to become each other. Men become too feminized and women becomes too masculinized, masculine. What are they trying to prove? Why don't you be proud of the woman that you are, because it's got the power that no man can resist? Why don't you be the man that you always wanted to be and you saw your fathers and forefathers be, that every woman is attracted to? And your children learn the values. At the same time, value of equality of opportunity and choices, and you work hard and build things together, and then you have a real family. And the world will have a synchronized way of advancing into the future, rather than constantly into destruction and chaos. All right, anyhow. Dynamic Exodus says, hey Mehran, male 20, Nova Scotia. Oh my goodness, Nova Scotia. So many beautiful women in Nova Scotia. I know. Says, I've been struggling with giving too much power to my ex. I've been really depressed about everything. Quit my job, stop socializing, just quit living really. Why? Dynamic? I think you should go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Make an appointment, Skype appointment with me, and make a 1 hour appointment. I'll give you another hour. We'll have 2 hours. We'll discuss this. What's wrong with you? 20 years old? I'm gonna beat you on the head with this ugly stick. Everybody knows about this ugly stick. One hit on the head, you gotta have your helmet on so you won't get damaged. It'll bring you back to life. 20-year-old, you're just a puppy right now, and you're giving up on life because of one vagina? Because that's really all they are at that age to you. 20-year-old, you have no business thinking that was my wife, that was my life. No, that was a practice run for you to learn and be demolished maybe by a woman and be betrayed and then learn what things you got to do right, what things you didn't do right, what things she's not doing right, what thing was wrong with her, and then you create standards for the next one. Because believe me, the women that are out there are not like the one that you call X right now. They're amazing women out there, intelligent, beautiful, proud of who they are, want to share their life and their consciousness with someone worthy and find compatibility with. There's so many amazing ones. Every time that you break up with one, you can be damn sure there's a better one out there because you're a better person now. Because of that experience, then you'll attract a better quality of a woman with higher standards. You have higher standards, then you attract higher standards. There are amazing women out there. Don't turn the whole experience of life to one woman at age 20. So you were 20, she must have been what, 18, 19, or 20, or 21, or 22? And that woman with that life experience is actually having the world on her finger? Like she knows what's going on, that you're so, for her? What does she know? Her value is in your desire. But she hasn't accomplished anything to have a value independently. Why do I sound like an Irish person? Huh? So, I don't know what I was saying. So, uh, yeah. So, what does that girl know in this life about? Like, she hasn't accomplished anything on her own to deserve the value and the thing that you think she has. Her values, source of her value is your desire. If you don't desire her, she has no values in your eyes. But if you look at it this way, you will see, is she involved in feeding the hungry? Is she actually curing the common cold? Is she actually protecting the children around the world? Is she actually feeding and taking care and helping cure old and young, old women and old men? What is she doing that is she's so valuable? What has she accomplished in her life? You'll see none of these. So her importance is not based on her accomplishments. Her importance is based on your desire. Your desire for sex, your desire for intimacy, your desire to feel good about yourself. You think her approval about you will make you valuable instead of finding value in you by your own accomplishments. Become independent in giving value to yourself. Once you're independent in having value, then you wouldn't be running around hoping that some girl likes you so you could feel valuable. Your value would not be in the hands and affirmation of the others. It will be in you. Your confidence would be independent. And that confidence, independent confidence, is what attracts other women. If you're not confident, I don't care how good looking or how rich you are, women don't come around you. Because most women themselves are not so confident. So they're looking for someone who's confident to give them value based on their approval of her. And yet you're thinking that your value should come from the approval of them. Well, maybe it's both ways, but it's not only just one way. So stop thinking that way. And move your ass and get some kind of a amazing woman that is out there, especially in Newfoundland. All good old values. Did I say Newfoundland? Is that where you come? Nova Scotia. Oh, close. All right. Dynamic Exodus is not the ugly stick. Okay. It says, I know you're right. I just don't understand why I'm still giving power to it. Because you're pussy whipped. Honestly. You're 20-year-old pussy whipped. Because you think the whole world is about your dick, and if you can get get some. Expect something for that dick. Have respect for it. So expect a real woman with good values and commitment and honesty and so on and so forth. Go find another. Dynamic says, thank God for the humor too. Laughing my ass off. It definitely brightens my day. Yeah, well, and obviously, as long as your head is far off your ass, you can't see daylight. So it's maybe a moment you came out for breathing and you can see brighten up your day. Keep staying out. Don't go back in there. I do appreciate your wisdom. Yeah, you better. All right. Who else is here? That's right. That's right. All right. Who else is here now? Charles say, okay, let's see. Oh, we got so many people here now. Welcome, Chinmay. And Charles says, hello. Why do I had nightmare? Okay, I told you that. All right. All right. And Mike says, hello, Mehran. Have you heard about? Okay, we talked about that too. King Cole. Oh, is it Nat the first name? First name? Nat King Cole. So, sir, I have a question about groinal response. All right. I watched your video about that. Okay. You were talking about small movements. Could be big movements. Could be full on, hard on. Makes no difference. It's all about association of the brain with the sex that is in line with your values. The brain is not thinking about a certain particular sex, it's just thinking about the association of sex, and whatever it is that you've had experience with is all your life, not just once or whatnot. And that's what it interprets, whatever it has sexual relevance. Yeah, doesn't matter. As I said, I answered it before you asked the question, I guess. It's first time discussing sexual. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Because, Dick doesn't have a brain. He's not going to consult with your values. Through anxiety, through, it shouldn't happen. Every time you say, I shouldn't have a hard on, and you're somewhere that you don't want it, all of a sudden you get a hard on. And it's usually in front of the, I don't know, girls that their parents are there, and or whatever, you just want to be on your best behavior. It messes up. So it doesn't have a brain to think and about what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. It's an animal. Instinctively it associates with the kind of concept of sex that is, something that you're used to, and then something triggers it, but it's not getting erection for that what triggered it. It's getting erection for association of what that trigger brings the association to sex that it is your experiences in life, and then reacts to it. And the anxiety playing a big role in it, then suddenly you think, that was because of that doorknob or that horse or that, same gender or whatever. No, it wasn't. All right. Yeah. Yeah, don't be scared. All right. And Charles says, thank you, Mehran. I showed respect, did everything, cooked, cleaned, yeah. And did she also do that? You see, there's a difference between being balanced and liberal and sharing when you cook and you clean the house and do things, both of you. There's a difference between doing that and only you doing that. I have no problem with you cooking for the family or for you or for her or cleaning the house, but I have a problem if that's only you doing it. That's a no-no. You want to give equality, then both of you should be doing the cookings, maybe take turns or share cooking together, or maybe one is cooking, one is cleaning the house, or one is cleaning the house, the other one is cooking. Whatever it is that you do, you share. Yeah? But if you're the only one who does the cooking and you're the only one who cleans up, then she's an asshole sitting there not pulling her weight. And you're being pussy whipped. And you're training her to be your boss, and that her vagina worths and values your whole life and worths more than you, because that's what your desire is. You're willing to do anything for her to stay with you. She's actually going to wait for you to clean the house, cook, and then she's going to go and fuck someone else. Because no longer you're a catch, you're a doormat. So I have no problem with you cleaning the house. Why not? Or cooking or shopping. Only if both of you are doing it. If it's equality, it's equality. And if you're working, she should be working too. If you're not working, then you do clean the house and you do cook. And she's out there working, making the money. No problems. If she doesn't want to work, then she should be cleaning the house and cooking and taking care of everything else. And you'd be working, bring the money. Or both working, or both helping. It's equality means equality. Equality doesn't mean that she sits on her ass because she's pretty or she's got this and that, and you desire intimacy with her, therefore you're going to do everything. You're going to work, you're going to bring the money, and you're going to clean the house, and you're going to cook the food. That's fucked up. You're training her to treat you like a dog, and then the first chance she gets, she's going to go to someone who doesn't give a shit about her because she doesn't have enough confidence in herself. So when she sees you treat her like that, that means she's better than you. And no woman wants to be with someone who feels she's better than them. So she's going to end up in bed with some asshole who actually doesn't give a fuck. And she feels, oh, he's a catch. Why? Because he doesn't give a shit about her, and she wants the affirmation to feel good about herself. With you, you were no more a challenge. So if she's not honest and she's so weak-minded like that, as I explained, then you don't want to do stuff that you do over and above your share of doing stuff. Capiche? It's not about being rude or arrogant or dominant. It's about respect and equality in sharing a life to building something. But if she doesn't have that respect for you, you shouldn't be offering it all the time either. It should be equal. Share the work, share the load of work. If it's work out there, work inside, cooking, shopping, cleaning, both of you. Distribute the work. Not just because, oh, I get some, so I do anything. Then she's going to shit on your head. That's usually what happens. Dynamic Exodus says, been feeling suicidal and I'm just not sure what I can do. What you can do? What the fucking question is that? Don't you understand how lucky you are? You've been privileged and given a mandate, a duty to be born here among all other opportunities. When your mom and dad decided to be randy together, there were 300 million sperms produced. Out of all that 300 million, you prevailed. You won. You became the champion. You were selected by the universe, by nature, to be here to help bring balance to this universe in the way only you would know through the journey of your life. And you fucking wanted to relinquish that, talking about belittling and suicide and 300 million other opportunities of these humans could have been born, have been sacrificed for you, fucking idiot, to be here, to kill yourself for pussy? That's it. That's the value and the mission of your life that was handed to you to come here, bring balance, help us all. You're important to every single one of us. Whether you know it or not, whatever you do during your daily life, it affects everybody else in this universe. That's how it is. Every move of the energy exchange you make in your environment, it changes the outcome, it changes the design of the energy and movement of the energy all around the universe. And that affects every one of our lives. You want to delete yourself? That means you're going to harm my life because your life makes my life better. The energy exchange that you have as a good person that I can see you are is going to give a better quality of energy flowing around and exchanging to help my life. You want to deprive me from that? I will not forgive you. I thought you're a friend to this world. You've come to this world to help this world, help us all together, make this world a stronger, better place. You cannot relinquish yourself in the middle of the war. Take yourself out of the picture. Leave us alone here to do it all by ourselves. Pull your weight. Pull your weight. Well, put your weight. God damn it. All right. So much effort and energy and money and expenditure and expensive and effort has gone through to make you to be who you are, from your parents and from schools and environment and all the other people helped you to be at the age that you are. And now it's time for you to give back. And now all of that is vagina of some girl at age 20. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't forget, it's always here. And your name is written on it. Just added on in bold. So don't talk nonsense like that. Go watch some of my videos about suicidal and all that. Don't be weak-minded. We all count on you. God damn it. All right. Stay close to your family, your friends. Look at the universe. Look at the nature, how powerful it is. You are accepted and selected by the whole almighty of the universe and nature. And you're moaning, groaning because one entity didn't want to be with you? What the fuck is that? The rest of it, look at it. Oceans and trees and sky and other people and opportunities, the energy in the universe. They selected you. They affirmed you by being here. That's why you're born. And you think all that can be not worth only this? Where's she going to get her affirmation? Some other shit around? And you want your affirmation from her rather than the universal reaction to you? All right. Go learn your values better. Then come and talk to me. All right. All right. Fine fit. What's your credential, fine fit? Man, woman? What age, gender? Where are you coming in from? Where are you tuning in from? Fine fit says, Mehran, I love you. I love you too. Says, you gave birth to a beautiful son that has gone on to inspire the next generation of Star Wars fans. I don't know what you're talking about. Anthony Waugh says, Mehran. Yes, Anthony. Harrison James says, Mehran. How is who? Nayatus. Holding up. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What are you guys talking about? Sarah Leone. Sarah Leone. That's a very political. Sarah Leone. Sarah Leone. Sarah Leone says, Meron, what's your thoughts on Biden? Not much. The poor guy should probably take a break. He has a hard time speaking. I wonder about his, his ability to think clear. And the vice president is not that much better either. I mean, she's young and she's full of energy and all that, but I'm not sure about her. So I don't know. And Sarah, where age, gender, where are you tuning in from? Guys, all of you, let me know the protocol, for heaven's sake. What's wrong with you guys? Age, gender, where are you tuning in from? Gotta know this. If you're too young, don't be here. You gotta have your parents' permission. All right. Anthony says, Meron, how do I get hoes lining up at the door? Well, talk to a pimp, not me. God damn it. What's wrong with you, Anthony? Don't be an asshole. And Django's says, New World Order is upon us. All right. And Charles says, if she fucks with, what? If she fucks with someone else, she has to live with that conscience of letting other men in her. If she doesn't know her values, then who knows? You shouldn't even care if your ex sleeps with someone or not. What do you think? She separated from the relationship to go live in a convent and become a nun? No, of course she's going to fuck somebody else. You got to understand this. This is part of her. Aren't you going to fuck somebody else? Of course you are. And it's your right to do so. Find another beautiful woman, wonderful, hit it off and then get to know each other and then, so on. But don't think because she was with you and now you're separated and she's just going to be now thinking about you. No, if she wanted to think about you, she wouldn't break up. What's wrong with you guys? And Anthony Hall says, I need your advice. Go get your advice from a pimp. You don't seem to be on the right mind here. So, if you're being like that, it's inappropriate. You ask me this kind of question. I mean, do you have any respect for this channel? What we are here, just because we are being liberal with words, it's because I want to communicate with you young people. Not that I want to be vulgar or disrespect you or think that you would have the balls to disrespect me. No? Before you guys think that way, I can turn you into upside down and put you right down in the ground with few words. So don't test my will. In other words, politely say it in French, fuck off. Okay. Either mind your manners or just move on. All right. King Cole says, thank you, sir. You're quite welcome, dear. So can I beat that OCD crap permanently? Of course. You know how? Nothing is permanent in this world. Suffering starts when you try to turn impermanent to permanent. All you need to do for OCD or any subset of OCD is to acquire knowledge, knowing the know-how, recognizing the deficiency, the disorder, recognizing the intrusive thought's presence, recognition of it, calling it for what it is, and then understanding based on that, ignoring it and moving and focusing on what it is that you should be focusing on to accomplish what you set out to accomplish is the way to beat it every time. You can't expect OCD or HOCD or any other intrusive thoughts don't show up, but you can expect to know how to deal with it and how to treat it and how to see it when it shows up, and that's your defensive and protective mechanism. Knowledge of what this is. It's like saying, can I secure in a way, can I make sure that there will be no shit in the street when I walk? Well, no, there will be shit in the street. There are people with shit, dogs with shit, there are all kinds of birds with shit. But what you can do is to recognition that when there's a shit, oh, that's shit, I go this way. I don't step on it. That's how you deal with it. But expecting no shit existing, well, it's like saying, well, if shit doesn't exist, other things don't exist, then I shouldn't exist. It's all connected. But you got to learn how to roll with these sort of things and understand there's a separation between brain, you, and thoughts. You're not the brain, brain is not you. You're beyond the brain and you're the teacher. You're the wise advocate. You're the judge of the brain, not the other way around. You're the trainer of the brain. You rewire the brain. When you see malfunction, you rewire it. We've talked about all these midbrain and striatum and caudate nucleus and prefrontal cortex and all these behaviors that causes OCD and HOCD and so on. So watch the videos that I've talked about it and inform yourself. And through education, that would be your shield in life, like anything else. You want to change a wire in your lighting system, you got to know which wire to touch and how to touch it and how to treat it. Otherwise, it catches you, right? It electrifies you. Same thing with anything else. You got to have the knowledge so when they show up, you know how to diffuse it, how to see it, how to perceive it, how to treat it, how to rewire it through neuroplasticity. All right. And we have Knappen says, how do I get girlfriend? Knappen, first introduce yourself. Age, gender, where you tuning in from. God damn it, guys. How many times should I say that? Django says, do you ever plan to collaborate with Francis Mechner? I'm sorry, I don't know that person. If somebody approaches me and they have good credentials and, we can check each other's channel or content, why not? But I don't know that person. Fine Fed says, I'm from England. Have you ever been here? Yes, I have actually. When I was a child, we traveled to Europe almost every year with my mom and my brother. And England we have, and I've been, and of course in adult age, I've traveled to UK a number of times, or passed through. I remember one of our summer holidays, we were at Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth. And by the sea, and we were staying in this Madame Pagnon's, no, Mrs. Parker. Mrs. Parker's had a motel. It was a long time ago, and it was very nice and clean, and food was very very English, I must say. I don't mean any disrespect, but in that house, the food was not really cuisine. So every time we would eat, my mom would say, okay, get up, let's go to a restaurant. we had more dinner, elaborate kind, because, of course, great restaurants in England. But we had a great time, Bournemouth. Lots of ice creams, lots of fun, So I've been there. And then in adult, I've been there for business. I've been there a few times. I like England, especially those narrow streets and the cafes and all. That's beautiful. You still haven't told me, yeah, there's a 21 male, okay, 21 male England. Okay, good. FinFed says, Mehran, my wife let me, what do you mean? You're 21 years old. You're married? My wife left me, and I took all 6 of our kids. What should I do to move on? Okay, now you're pulling my leg. You're 21 years old, and you have a wife and 6 kids. Come on now. That means you got married when you were 14? 13? So, now, you just messed up, didn't you? Okay. Lionel Messi says, thank you, Father, for your videos. quite welcome, my son. They help me a lot. My pleasure. Let me know your age and where you're tuning in from, and your gender. Yeah, Charles says, I think the reason we care so much is because we still love our exes. Yes, but the question is why? You think you love her, but what's the basis of you loving her? What has she done for you? What has she done for you? Why could you love someone who doesn't love you? That's not love, that's sex, that's desire. Because if you have any value for yourself, you say, okay, I'll put this values on the table and I want to see what is coming back from it. Like what this woman values are going to be put on the table to equal what I'm offering. Hmm? But if you don't consider any of that, then you consider lust for her to be love for her. The fact that she left you and you feel not valued or appreciated or not affirmed, in order to get that affirmation, you think that need for affirmation is love and need for her. No, it's desire and lust and to get affirmation because she rejected you. And you think being rejected is very bad. No, being rejected is a ticket to a new destination to be accepted in a higher quality of an environment and the quality of the person. You don't see that as an opportunity to step up. You see it as a conclusion, an ending. The end of my value starts when she leaves me. No, it's a beginning of recognition of the higher value that you have to offer by looking elsewhere to find someone who can appreciate the value that you have to offer, rather than someone who wasn't capable of appreciating the value that you were offering. Instead of seeing it this way, you see that she was right because you're not valuable, rather than seeing it the way it should be seen, that she couldn't see and be qualified to see the value you're offering. It's like somebody walking in the jewelry store and they put a diamond ring and cubic zirconian, crystal and glass, all same look. The person who's going to choose anything other than the diamond, you can't say because of her choices, the diamond is no longer has its values. It means that person couldn't see the difference, couldn't be equipped to look for a valuable diamond, could not see, could not understand, comprehend, is not qualified to see the difference. Instead of that, that's the truth. But you're going to say what? The diamond is not valuable because she couldn't see the value in it? Same thing. You're the diamond. She couldn't see the value. She's going for some cubic zirconium, whatever the hell it is she's looking for. But you see it as, oh, I'm not valuable. No, she doesn't have understanding and wisdom to expect higher value as you are. This is how you look at it. Lionel, are you nuts? Why don't I become Shah? The poor Shah himself had to leave because of these assholes. Thank you, Lionel. I appreciate it. Ben Stewart says, my friend's girlfriend broke up with him. My friend's girlfriend Oh, broke up with him last year, and he took it pretty hard. He's resorted to drug abuse a lot, and I'm just wondering how I can get through to him. Hmm. Hmm. Ask him, has these abuse, has this use, forget the abuse, use of drugs brought her back? Or is he getting sex with these drugs? What's the purpose of these drugs if it's not bringing her back to him? So what's the use of it? The fact that he's using those drugs, not even he's not getting the X back, he's also losing his brain cells and, you know, normality and normal functions and mood, and he's being dependent and slave to some drugs. He's not free. So he's lost a lot more than what simply was a relationship that he could have gone and found somebody else and replace it. It's like you lose I don't know, some kind of a tire of your car, or some kind of a apparatus of your car, a alternator or something, and instead of getting the part and replacing it, you're going to start breaking the lights and windows, and smashing the car and breaking up the engine, because you're hoping that will fix the thing that was missing. It's very logical. So in other words, you are remedying a loss of a desire for pleasure with another pleasure which is not healthy and is not constructive to your life. It's actually more destructive to your life. So instead of replacing it with something that would replace what's missing, you're actually bringing more damaging activities to destroy what you could actually salvage and bring to a higher standards, making a better engine, a better car, and go all places with it and enjoy again. Instead of focusing on fixing it, you're focusing on destroying it. That's no logical behavior to resolve some challenge in something that has happened in life. Mark says, how to not regret the past, because past doesn't exist. Whether you regret it or not, you cannot return it, you cannot fix it, you cannot modify it, you cannot change it. You can learn from it and don't make sure that the past will not repeat itself in the future, so it will not fuck up your present, and it will not ruin what it is that you're trying to build and enjoy for future yet to come. I'm 37 and in position where I am free of mistakes of my past. I have no debt but no savings. I feel like my life is starting again with a fresh start, but I have wasted. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't gone through what you've gone through. And the fact that you've gone through what you've gone through will ensure, if you're smart enough, which I think you are, that that mistake will not ruin your life for the second time. And you will organize better. You will try to make better moves, better steps, on better foundations. So life is a lesson, right? So we use what we experience in order to better our future and what we're trying to build. So no regrets whatsoever. You wouldn't know the knowledge that you have right now if you hadn't gone through what you've gone through. And if you hadn't experienced what you've experienced. It says, the years of my past with only lessons to show for it. The only lessons, life is all about lessons. Only lessons, you got the most out of it. Don't knock it. You're in the high position. You're in the high grounds. You're in the high grounds. Focus on your knowledge, not what cost you to get that knowledge. And later on, you won't pay that much anymore. But this was necessary for you to be where you are. as comfortable and free as you are, as you said you are, is because of that fuck-ups. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So go cherish it, celebrate, and kudos to you. And Tubai, he says, hello, sir. Hello, Tubai. Age, gender, where are you tuning in from? Lionel Messi says, I'm 25 from Spain. My name is Alejandro. Hello, Lionel. And you wanted to vote for a Shah in Iran? You're Spanish, aren't you? Lionel says, Alejandro de Maria is my name. Says, I live in Madrid. And Lionel says, male. Okay, thank you for that. Slobodan says, Mehran, I watched all your videos about HOCD, but why this feeling and thought do not want to leave me alone? Because you don't leave it alone. Simple. Thoughts are part of life, part of the function of the brain. Thoughts are all kinds, shows up. You're the selector. You're not supposed to be focusing on, oh, this thought shows up, it means I am this thought. No, so many other thoughts shows up, 80, 90,000 thoughts a day, and all of them irrelevant to you. Are you going to express concern, or are you going to data hunt every one of them? Are you going to debate and challenge every one of them if they're true or not, or try to prove to the brain that, oh, that's not me, you shouldn't have brought that kind of thoughts? No. Brain is stupid, brings thoughts, so let it be. So it's like a bazaar. You go to the bazaar, all kind of products is offered to you. You're not supposed to choose any of them if you don't want to. You walk by every one of them until you get to the little place that you're looking to buy something from. But their presence doesn't mean you're obligated to accept them as something that you desire. Brain makes thoughts. It's like a bazaar. You select what you don't, what you do, and ignore what you don't. Simple. But you're trying to prove to your brain. Why? Because since childhood, you've been conditioned that every time you're supposed to prove yourself to someone when there's a question. Agree or disagree or debate it. Because that would mean you're intellectual. That you have to protect yourself. You don't have to. People say shit all the time. Could be about you, could be about anything. You can't be stopping about every conversation you hear, every word you hear, whether it's about you or not, or about politics of the world, and get into the conversation and try to change your minds or try to prove them your point. No, you just hear it go on. Last night I was walking by the ocean and I could hear a bunch of young people were talking about politics in the world somewhere. And I was quite versed about that. But I wouldn't go in and try to convince them otherwise that they're not thinking right, they don't have the facts. Let them be. I don't have time for that. Same thing, you don't have time for the bullshit of your brain. 80, 90,000 thoughts a day. You're going to debate every one of them? No, and some of them are HOCD, OCD bullshit. You stand your ground, you know what your values are, and what's not in line with your values, you just ignore. That's it. You have no mandate trying to teach the world, teach your brain and how to behave and this and that. This is not me. You have to know who I am. It's like trying to make the world respect you for who you are when they don't even know you, or they shouldn't have to know you. You just ignore who doesn't know you or respect you or doesn't know your values, just like taking up friends. If they're not meeting your values, they're not conscientious, or they're not proper or cordial, or have compatibility in values, what do? You don't stay friends with them. You move on. Same thing with the brain. It makes thoughts. You're not supposed to be listening what the thoughts are. If they're not in line with your values, you don't choose them, you ignore them, you go on and do whatever it is that you want to accomplish on that day. Charles says, do you believe in these techniques to get an ex-girlfriend back? In fact, I believe you will never want to get the ex back, ever. You and her were together, you had opportunities to get to know each other, and you did, and then it broke up. So why you want to get it back? You get it back, the problems that caused the breakup still there. So what is it that you want to get it back? Because you think you've been rejected, and her approval of you means something to you. It shouldn't. You should be independent in your values. And you want the sex and intimacy. That's why you want her back. Why do you want her back? You've tried, you've been together, you tried to make sure it doesn't break up, but it did break up. So if it broke up, well, go with somebody else that you've got more compatibility with. Learn from it and go on. Learn who you are, what you prefer, what you don't prefer. Don't be so hung up on one woman, one girl. If she doesn't appreciate you and you don't appreciate her, you can't hit it off, you're not compatible, then that's it. Move on. There are other women in the world, one better than the other, one different than the other. Like flowers, so many. Go on. Don't limit the whole entirety of the experience of life to one relationship, one woman. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then move on. That's it. Next. All right, guys. It looks like that we've been here for another hour and 7 minutes, and the one that we had to eject out of, the previous one that computer got stuck, I guess, was 1 hour and 18 minutes. So we've been here long enough. It's time for me to hit the sea walk and take a workout or exercise and enjoy the day while it's sunny. So I look forward to talk to you guys maybe tonight at 9 p.m. if I feel like having another live stream. If not, next week, 1 o'clock on Saturday, we'll talk about things to do with thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, mechanical process, material process, order, breakup, relationship, intrusive thoughts, OCD, HOCD, and many more. So I'd like to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here and giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. In the meantime, again, I look forward to talk to you again next week. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.